Rarely do you see goalies being touted as a first rounder. Coming into the season, we've had several. Headlining this group is Jack Ivankovic, coming off a stellar string of international wins and a great rookie season in the OHL, setting his expectations very high in the process. Ivankovic is known for his speed and athleticism, something he needs to have as a 5'11" goalie. However, I think there's more to his game that may be underappreciated, despite him having a relatively rough start compared to his expectations. Ivankovic often pairs quickness with solid positioning whilst aggressively attacking shooters. Here he starts at the top of his crease in great position, protective of that short side. A quick shuffle over and his feet are square to the puck. Using good lateral release technique, he butterflies to his right without sliding so that he falls into any open net space. On breakaways, he isn't shy to get out of his crease. Typically, I'm not crazy about being this aggressive because it's risky, seeing as one wrong step and you're blowing 3 feet worth of net. But he pulls it off consistently. He's very aware of himself relative to his post, and he's angled properly despite being so far past his crease. The classic Ivankovic style is to aggressively challenge shooters when there's no other threats. Pay attention to how he starts even farther out, but as he regains his depth, he adjusts his position and ends up in picture perfect position. This is a great use of his blocker too. Here he starts very aggressive on the carrier like before, this time with danger in the slot. However, his aggressiveness doesn't hurt him because he anticipates the pass, sliding over to track the movement. Watch how smooth his motion is and how his hands move with his torso. They're high and projected because he knows that a high shot here is lethal in this kind of motion. The puck goes low and he makes a really good stop. The puck starts below the dot, looking to move it to the high slot, with Ivankovic's eyes on the puck. As it moves, Ivankovic unconventionally slides from his post up into a low stance, set for the shot, and makes a good save. Watch how as the puck moves from the corner to the slot, Ivankovic's head follows it. But not only his head, but his whole torso and hands follow suit. Good tracking allows him to quickly push off the post and gets into a good butterfly to save it. This is where I think Ivankovic separates himself from other goalies. It's all in the tracking in his hands. Here the guy gets the puck all alone. Notice Ivankovic's feet. He's still covering both posts, but he looks a step behind, except that he's not. His momentum will carry him over to cover the short side. The puck moves closer, and as you can see, his gloves are projected in a good position. Again, his momentum will be carrying him to fill the space. All it takes is a quick flash of the leather, and he snaps it up. This is really fast tracking from Ivankovic. After a head check, he reacts immediately to the moving puck. But again, watch how his hands are moving with his shoulders and head. It makes it easy for him to not only quickly get to the top of the crease, but to then change direction again to make a good save where his hands are projected. This is just a great stop. The way he reacts immediately as the puck is moved, and he's able to explode from a difficult spot to extend the leg, is a testament to his athletic abilities. This is a great example of how to look through traffic. Notice how he isn't upright and he's opting to look around the four layered screen properly. Naturally, as the puck moves to the slot, he's a bit slow to react to the traffic, but a quick slide nets him a save anyways. On this rush, I actually don't mind his position here. He's a little aggressive covering the short side, which is his preferred position on these plays, but nonetheless fine. However, he drops an easy chest save. Most likely it's due to him bringing his blocker up, squeezing his chest upwards, which pushes the puck out. And he does this rather frequently. Initially, this is a bad rebound. He definitely could have controlled it better, but now it sits in a dangerous spot. There's also a gap between him and the net. So why not do something outrageous, like using solely your knees to extend both legs backward and save the puck? Ivankovic does have his shortcomings, and his biggest one surprisingly is his 5-hole. A higher than average percent of his goals allowed have come from 5-hole shots. I find it's typically because he doesn't have the refinement to consistently seal the ice in sliding motions, such as here on this breakaway. As the player moves to the left, Ivankovic slides with him, but keeps his trailing leg up, which allows the goal. Again, as he slides into the right, he leaves his trailing leg up. This is seen frequently because of how often he slides. He needs to work on getting that seal down quicker and or rely on sliding less. This one is a little similar, although his leg isn't up. He just doesn't maintain the center seal as he's sliding. This one is a bit tougher. It's a fine RVH having the leg up, but he's got to snap it down when the puck moves to the slot like that. The problem is that as he looks up, he's likely only seeing blue. So he hesitates, slowing his movement, and the leg stays out for too long and the puck goes through. If you watch closely, the puck is put in the shooter's skates and just happens to magically appear on a stick in front of him. As he shoots it, Ivankovic is likely taken by surprise by this, and now that his momentum is carrying him to his left, he's probably planting his left leg to stop himself. This causes a momentary knee lockup, and the puck slides under his slower left leg as it's still trying to hit the ice. The $1 million question is whether Jack Ivankovic is a first round talent. A better question is if teams will even acknowledge the guy, seeing as he's undersized for the position. I don't think he's proven enough to me to be considered a first rounder right now, but it's rare that there should be any in the first place. Size, on the other hand, makes me wonder if he will even be drafted in the top 3 rounds at all. For the record, I don't care about his height, nor do I think it necessarily negatively impacts him. His season is peculiar, and I don't have any explanation for it. Skill wise, I actually like how he's developed from last year. Last year, I saw lots of issues with angles and rebounds. While he made some ridiculous saves, he also directly caused a lot of goals against. I don't see that this year, however. His rebound control is still weak, like many junior goalies, but I haven't seen any evidence of poor angling in my viewings. Even though his stats are unimpressive and he's had more than his fair share of 4+ goal games, I can't really speak too negatively against the goals that he allows. There's a lot of rush goals, absolutely perfectly placed shots right under the bar, crazy bounces, and stuff that are beyond his control. Ultimately, his skill set is more important than his stats at the moment. I won't completely dismiss his underwhelming performance, but the fact that I don't have much negative to say about it is promising and possibly telling of an upswing in performance as the season goes on. If he were solely an athletic goalie who just relied on how fast he could move, I wouldn't even think twice about not drafting him. But he's showing me how his positioning is reliable, and most importantly, just how good his tracking and anticipation is on top of his athleticism. Ivankovic is just on top of the play, and it's because of how good at tracking he is. The way his body moves fluidly as one unit, it's actually the ideal that any goalie coach should preach. It's a simple thing, yet I rarely see it done this well in junior goalies, let alone pros. It's still early in the season. There's plenty of time left for Ivankovic to improve his performance and draft stock throughout the year, and I'm anxious to see how he does it.